Welcome to another great episode of the Hilton Head Island Cast, powered by Palmera. Today we're going to learn about our beautiful friend across the bridge, Bluffton. We will talk with my good friend Josh Cook, and then we're going to hear some wonderful music from Jordan Ross. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite places other than Hilton Head, Bluffton, just a short drive over the bridge. Today we are joined by Chris again.
Hey, hi. It's fun to be here.
As always. And a local expert on Bluffton, Josh Cook.
Hello.
Josh, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, since I'm sure our listeners have a small idea of who you are.
I'm Josh Cook. I created Corner Perk and Roasting Room with some help. I grew up in Bluffton, and there wasn't a whole lot to do in Bluffton when I was a kid, so we moved away.
Right.
It wasn't much at all.
There were like 300 people here.
Yeah, essentially. We had a Squat and Gobble, so
Right.
that if you needed food, you could go there.
And the nickel pumper.
And we had the nickel pumper if you needed gas. Do you remember Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah.
And that's about as much.
And a state of mind. You had a state of mind.
There was always been a state of mind.
Right,
There was a bunch of old green campers down on the river.
Really?
Yeah, like the old bullet.
Yeah,
silver bullet,
like an Airstream?
Airstreams. Yeah. Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that.
It was good stuff.
For those of you that have never been to the area, Bluffton is this lovely little community off of 278 on your way to Hilton Head Island. And up until about 15 years ago, they had about 800 to 1,000 year-round residents. And now it's grown considerably more than that, as everyone has decided that it is, in fact, one of the most beautiful places to be. People used to say Bluffton had its own state of mind. So
Bluffton was a state of mind.
Bluffton is a state of mind,
Yes.
right? It's a pretty great place. So if you've listened to any of our past podcasts, you will remember how I talked about the Christmas parade here being
Love the
one of
Christmas
the
parade.
most
That's
incredible
glorious.
spectacles ever to behold.
It is.
Not to be missed. Josh, is that a yearly thing for you?
At this point, we just brace for it because it comes and turns right where we are.
Right in front of your location.
So
Yes.
we just get out the Bloody Marys and mimosas and try to help people have a good time and maybe stay put instead of walking the streets like that. So,
Entice them in.
yeah.
Yeah. Come on, maybe you need a Coke, not a...
Yeah, right.
Oh.
It's good times though. You know, people come out. I miss the since I've been busy kind of working it, like the elderly ladies with the power tools and the
Yes! They
short
are
dresses.
my favorite!
I know, me
the
too.
drill team?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Yep. And
They are my favorite.
You got the Tommies towing all the trucks and the pirate ship. And,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm always a big fan of like the college rock or the high school rock band on the back of the pickup truck.
Yes.
I always think that's the most fun
how do they
thing.
never age? You know,
I don't know.
Yeah.
always the
They
same.
never seem to get better.
Right? How does?
Oh,
I mean,
that's mean. I'm not supposed to be the mean one.
were you the?
I think I was in that at one point.
I think you must have been. That's
Yeah.
kind of how that happened.
now, Josh, when you were growing up here, did you go to high school on the island? That was way before Bluffton High School, right?
I did. We actually moved to Bluffton from Ridgeland when I was in middle school.
Oh, all right.
Not a lot of people know that. And then when we moved to Bluffton, the only schools were MC Riley, and I was in middle school.
Yeah.
So I moved to McCracken, which used to be on Hilton Head.
Right.
And then I was
Went
there
there.
for a year and a half or so. And then mom and dad got me into Hilton Head Christian, so we did that for the next 4.5 years.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was a tough transition because I was kind of shy already, and I moved like middle quarter of 8th grade.
Oh.
It was like right when they had an opening. So it was really tough to go to a place where most people had been together for that long. And
Yeah.
you know, the funny thing is, I was the only student from Bluffton at that high school. And now they're moving that high school to Bluffton because
Yeah.
there's more students here than there are on the
Yeah.
island.
That's wild.
It's
That is wild.
bizarre.
That's insane. Yeah, like you said, I mean, Bluffton was this tiny little sleepy town. It was kind of like you just drove through. There was one traffic light
Right.
and a caution light
Speed
at Rose
traps.
Hill,
Yeah.
Right.
and lots of speed
Yeah.
traps. and now it's a town in of itself, and it keeps getting named like
It's unbelievable.
the best town in South Carolina,
Yeah,
the best
Garden
coastal
Gone and Southern
Yeah.
Living
Oh,
and
yeah.
all these big publications. And
Yeah.
you know what? The thing about Bluffton, I think, that's the most special is that it's got its own character. That there's entrepreneurs, that there's developers that care about the character of the neighborhoods and the buildings, and it's not just purely, you know, overdeveloped nonsense.
Right.
You know, there's only 2 miles away. You have that.
Right.
So if you need Home Depot and, you know, Walmart and everything else, it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have sort of
Yeah.
a little save.
You're talking about, which is really what we're all talking about, is downtown Bluffton.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Old town.
Old Town Bluffton. Whereas, like, if you just see Bluffton from 278, you're going to see Target and you're going to see all
Right.
the chains, but that's not the heart and soul
Take
of it.
the
Yeah,
right
downtown
onto
you
46.
have, I mean, you don't have Five Guys. You have Fat Patties.
Right.
Which is one of the best burgers you'll ever find.
Yeah.
They're good.
You know, and they really put their heart and soul into every single thing they serve, and kind
Yeah.
of like what we try to do at Corner Perk.
Yeah.
You know, everything we want to make it artfully crafted and really nice.
I
And-
love that it's like a bubble of not cookie cutter
Yeah.
chains.
And for me, at least, I think most people try to do something different.
Yeah.
Because why would I, as a business owner, try to do the same exact thing as somebody else is doing? Why would I try to copy them?
Right.
They're already doing a great job of something. If I do well by making my own thing, I'll probably get some of their people on a day that they're not busy.
Right.
Or a day that, you
Yeah.
know, they want a pizza instead of a burger.
Right.
Well,
Yeah. It's a cool place.
It is.
You got to come and visit.
So, since we're talking about Old Town Bluffton, there are so many things to talk about, but let's talk about first the like walkability of it. You can
Yeah.
get to anywhere that you want to be on foot
for sure.
or cart,
Yeah.
Yes.
golf cart.
That's when you've reached local status, when you're
Right.
driving around in a golf
There
cart.
used to be a guy who would pick you up in his golf cart and like take you on free tours, and
He
he'd like.
still does.
Does he still do
I think
that?
he charges now.
Oh, well,
but
he
I see
should.
him all the time.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
thought you were going to talk about the guy that would drive around on the cooler. Remember the guy who had a motorized cooler?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
the coolest. That's like quintessential Bluffton,
That's
right
Bluffton,
there.
right.
Do you remember the old commercial from TBS that was like "Characters Welcome"?
Yes.
I think that could easily be Bluffton's motto.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness.
It's like
That
there's,
should be Bluffton's
you know,
motto,
like
yes.
characters. Well, there's so many unique people in Bluffton.
Yeah.
and that you know, like not by name, but by like
Yeah.
trademark.
Yeah. There's that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's the guy with the long hair, looks like Leonard Skinner, that drives his bike everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know,
It's all the local talent.
There's
That guy
There's
that-
so much
that
of it.
bearded guy that makes that awesome barbecue.
right?
Much love, Ted.
Love you, Ted.
So good. Yeah.
Characters welcome.
That's
Yes.
that should be the new motto.
It should. It's a good one. Well,
That's the
You should
official
make
name of the podcast.
There should
of
be
this
a
episode
Characters
now.
welcome.
T-shirt
well, it's
made.
it's great because like there's so many things that you could compare LA to Bluffton.
Yeah.
Like the weather's great, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But the difference is nobody really cares that much about your nonsense, about
Right,
your
right.
BS here.
Yeah.
And there, everybody's concerned with
Yeah.
status and things
Not
like
here.
that.
It's not that way.
So I love that about local.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good.
But yes, you can. Back to your point.
Yeah, you can walk,
You
right?
can walk everywhere. Sorry.
You can
But this
walk.
is what's
No,
gonna
it's
happen.
totally okay. You can walk. You can bike. You can park sometimes.
Yeah.
You can park.
Well, and you don't really need to, right? So
Yeah.
because you really want to walk.
Yeah, and there's
Um,
you can take, and I'm going to talk about this later, but like the Hayward House, which is this historical home right in the heart of Old Town, you can take. They have like guided walking tours.
Yeah.
Someone will come in costume and walk with you through the streets and tell you stories, or they have like booklets and stuff that you can walk all through. And all of these older homes, they have plaques on them,
Right.
and that you can just walk around and give yourself
Yeah.
a little history lesson.
Well, we're kind of right in the middle of town, and a lot of times people find us before they stop anywhere else, just as like a landmark.
Yeah.
And so they'll stop and they'll ask us, what is there to do here? You know, and
Well, what is there to do here, Josh? Tell us.
oh well, look at that segue.
Excellent job, Chris.
Thank you. I'm
So
practicing.
what I tell people when they ask me what there is to do is I tell them to you don't need to drive, just
Right.
stay where you are and walk. It's only about a quarter mile from here to the river.
Right.
It's one of the most historic, authentic, old churches at the end of the street. The give me the name of it. Church of the Cross.
Right.
Down there. It's a 1790s something
Yeah.
building, and a lot of history there. And then it overlooks the most gorgeous river, which a lot of people don't even realize is there.
Yeah.
You know, especially
gosh.
visitors.
They're missing
but
out.
Even people that live in the outskirts of Bluffton don't realize that that's there and how great it is and how close it is
Yeah.
to everything. So I say not to drive, because they could drive, and there is usually parking down there. But because there's so many great galleries and shops
Oh, my goodness.
and little places to stop in. And, you know, that's what's great about the neighborhood.
Yeah.
There's even a couple bars, restaurants that you could stop and grab a drink,
Yeah.
something to eat.
Almost all the way down the street. It's,
Yeah,
You could do a
absolutely.
teeny tiny pub crawl.
Yeah, and we should.
We should. That's something that we
sounds
should
like a
That's a Facebook
write
Live
down
event right
and
there.
get on it. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like Josh said, the Church of the Cross is down there, and that's like a Civil War era. Well, before the Civil War era, but they, the stained glass windows are beautiful. They have, at some point in time, bees decided that they wanted to live in the outside of the structure, and now you can buy honey from the bees from the Church of the
No
Cross.
kidding, I did not
That's
know that.
Which is fascinating, and there is
Interesting.
always some nice person in the
Yeah,
church that will
for
tell
sure.
you information
It's
about
open
it.
all the time.
It's
That's the coolest thing,
all
because
the
I always
time.
send people down there, because you can walk around anytime
Yeah,
throughout the
and
day.
they are full of information. And when my mom comes to visit, we always go down there because it is the best place to take pictures of kids, of families, of whatever, and just take a blanket and sit on the little bluff there and just stare out because
Absolutely.
oh my
It's
goodness,
gorgeous. Do you know about May River Excursions?
no,
So halfway down,
Mm-hmm.
on the corner where Eccentricities used to be, on the opposite corner.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a new building called Eccentricities, and it's there's a new building called May River Excursions.
okay,
And what it is, it's a little gift shop, so they have hats and shirts and glasses and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of just what they do throughout the day.
Right.
It's a place where you can go and book tours of the May River. You can, Captain Chris Shoemaker, which is a friend and used to be a neighbor of mine.
Oh, nice guy.
Yeah, he'll take you out, and his whole family works in this business now. They've
man.
got 5 boats.
Yeah.
And they'll take you out throughout the river, check out some dolphin tours. You can go fishing or crabbing or shrimping. So it's really nice. So it's that extra level if you really love the river
yeah.
to take the family out while you're in town.
Take
Awesome.
advantage of that.
There you go.
And
Good plug.
Yeah, awesome. And you, speaking of the river, have so much more experience than I do. You have lived on it for a little while,
Yeah.
and you have, been on the boat in the sandbar. So tell us a little bit about that.
So that's a big part of the reason I came back here. I grew up a block away from the river from high school and up. And it was the time for us that mom and dad were together and they were happy. And we would, after church, go out and go to the sandbar, or we would water ski. At that time, I learned how to water ski on the river. Learned how to wakeboard when wakeboarding became popular on the river.
Yeah.
And I've been
Me too.
wakeboarding. And so did Chris.
Yeah, Josh taught me. Yeah, it was really
And
fun.
I've been
It's a-
wakeboarding for almost 20 years now.
Oh
Actually,
my gosh.
no more than. Isn't that crazy?
That is
crazy.
wild.
Since I was 11 on the same river.
Oh my gosh.
So I kind of know it backwards and forwards. But it is just the best, most imaginative, freeing, warmest feeling
Yeah.
Yeah.
place you could be.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And it's free to do as long as you have a friend that you can, bribe.
Yeah, bring
Yeah.
something to drink, some gas money, and
Right.
go rock and roll.
And it's just really home for me. And so we moved away to Atlanta, and I enjoy the culture and the creativity and the diversity of
Right.
Atlanta. It's a cool place. Didn't mind the traffic, even though it was chaos.
Yeah.
But I missed fresh shrimp, and I missed people that wore flip flops and their attitude.
Yes.
Yep.
And I missed the river. So yeah, we lived down Alljoy for a number of years, which was just an awesome experience that I
Yeah.
always wanted to do, and I hope to be able to do again one day.
I just want to take a moment to thank our wonderful sponsor, Palmera Vacation Club. You can find them at palmeravacationclub.com. They will show you all about how vacation is meant to be. And we just want to thank them for supporting this podcast and being so wonderful to Hilton Head Island. Well, another one of my favorite parts of Bluffton, other than the Christmas parade, I cannot overstate it, is Mayfest.
Oh yeah, Mayfest is
Also
the best.
known as the Bluffton Village Festival.
Yes. I still have a hard time calling it that. It's been 5 years or so since they changed it.
I know. It's always Mayfest.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
just the way it's going to be. And it is... It's as if the May River area and Calhoun and the Promenade are not already usually like humming with life.
Mm-hmm.
It is like 10,000 of your closest friends have come to partake in
Yes.
all of the
That's right.
awesomeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That's about right.
It's
Yeah.
before school's out. You know, it's
Right.
the day before Mother's Day every year.
Yep.
And which is kind of the idea why they started doing it, so that
Yeah.
you could go get your mom a cool piece of art or present or
Guilty.
something
Every year.
This is totally
Every
our
It's just
plan.
too convenient. Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
last year I even gave the kids, because they're old enough to sort of wander on their own, and it's safe, and I gave them each $15, and I
Nice.
said, buy me something
And they
good.
got
That's
you that
cool.
cup that
And
you're
they did.
drinking
I
out
got
of right
this
now.
lovely
how
cup
special.
here. I got stuff I use every day.
Cool.
But there's all kinds. Oh, the smell, the food,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's food,
there's all
it's
kinds of-
shopping. It's
and art,
Lots of-
and
yeah.
crafts, and garden items, and
Lots of characters.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
lots of characters, and lots of dogs,
and strollers.
strollers,
Yeah,
and
and our boy Amiri Ferris always is out there
That's
with
right.
some
that's
awesome
right.
art to
yeah,
buy.
that's right.
Yeah.
Did you know we got sort of one of our launching points was at Mayfest for Corner Perk?
Was it really?
So we opened April 1st, 2009.
Right.
I was there.
And he was there.
That's right.
We were there.
And you guys know Babby Guscio, who owns the
Yeah.
store, one of the, maybe the oldest store in Bluffton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably know that she founded Mayfest.
Yes.
30.
So her kids could buy her some Mother's Day presents.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, it's been like what, 35 or 36
Yeah,
years ago.
she helped us with the Sisters Sit and Sew. That's where Vineyard 55 used to be,
Right.
and where Pearl is now.
Mm-hmm.
She helped us get a little 6-by-3-foot table
Uh-huh.
for a coffee that we could set up and sell coffee on the porch
man.
there for Mayfest, because it's pretty expensive to get a
I
booth.
kind of remember that.
Yeah. And so we were just sitting up there on the porch selling coffee. We only, I think to get a booth is like $275 or something.
Yeah.
And I think we ended up selling like $230 worth of coffee. So it was really nice that we didn't have to pay for the booth and,
Yeah.
and buy a tent and everything
Right,
else.
all that stuff.
But, being able to be there 4 or 5 weeks after we opened and being able to give out coupons and tell people who we are and where we were was priceless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, and we did that every year after that for the longest time,
Yeah.
and we still do.
and you'll be there.
Yeah,
this year?
and we'll be there this year. Even
Yeah.
though we're on the corner right there, we still usually put some kind of booth out there
Right on.
just to add to the festivities.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, so this episode will launch the first Tuesday in May,
Right.
and
So and the Mayfest this year is May 13th.
there you go. So you have a
Perfect.
little bit of time to book your last minute getaway and come check out Mayfest.
It's so much fun.
It's a
Oh
blast.
my gosh.
It's just a blast, and there's so much good food.
The good food, the
Oh.
weather's usually perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
They let you carry beer down the street that day.
Yep.
That's
Which is
true.
Certainly part
That's
of the
true.
fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's not the only festival that we have.
No, I mean we have the
down
Seafood
here.
and Art Festival,
Oh, that
right?
one's huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
When?
2 days.
That's,
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. It's usually like next to the last weekend in October.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
you're right. It's in the fall.
Yeah.
Right. And that's like a whole thing. I mean, they've got like a 5K.
It's really all week.
Yeah,
They just do
right.
the Street Fest on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
And there is it just the seafood festival that happened just a couple weeks
That was
ago?
Taste of Bluffton.
Oh, Taste of Bluffton.
which was
duh.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There-
It was much bigger and better this year, I felt like, because they moved it from up by the post office to Calhoun Street.
Oh.
And so there's a lot more
better
vendors,
place.
a lot of really great food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it flowed better. The weather was nice. There's
Awesome.
more
Yeah.
trees than there is.
Yeah.
so,
Oh my gosh. Yes.
it's not so
There's
hot.
always shade to be had
Yeah.
down there.
They got the Shag and Drag, or what did they call it this year? The
Shuckin'
Shuckin' and
Shag.
Shaggin'.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was about a month ago.
Yeah.
At the Oyster Factory Park you were talking about.
Uh-huh.
They had a big shag band out there and a lot of dancers.
Oh my
A lot of
gosh.
great food. That was where The Bachelorette came to film
That's right.
their
Oh,
shagging
yeah.
part
Yeah,
of
so
their
if you,
thing.
any of you guys are fans of The Bachelorette, upcoming secret maybe,
Yeah.
they filmed a whole week here in the area. So
That's
look
cool.
out for Bluffton and Hilton Head on that.
Yeah.
Another great event that they have that you can partake in any time of year as long as you're here on a Thursday is the Farmers
Oh,
Market.
yes.
Oh,
Farmers
yeah.
Market's great.
And that is Oh, it's wonderful. There's always this great guy playing music.
That guy,
And-
I don't know his name, but he's the best. He's like
Again,
singing like
one
soul
of-
music to a track with a little conga, and
Yeah.
oh my goodness,
Billy,
it just makes me smile.
Bill something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's classic. He
Yeah.
is part of the character's welcome.
Absolutely.
That's
But
right.
there are all kinds of, because you're in the low country, there are farms all over.
Mm.
You can get fresh blueberries and tomatoes that were, picked off the vine this morning. And
Mm-hmm.
people come with all kinds of organic and natural meats from around. There is the most delicious kettle corn. There,
Made
They
on
stole
site.
my heart.
Yeah. I mean, how many places in the world is something like that available on it?
no, oh my gosh. And
I don't know, but I'd put ours up against anybody.
Yeah.
you know?
it's so good. And man, you can bring a haul of vegetables away
yeah.
for a bargain.
Absolutely.
A bargain.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
No, the
it's
prices are great. I mean, it's essentially similar to the grocery store.
Yeah.
But yet it was picked fresh,
Right.
cultivated, cared
And you
for.
can get to know these guys.
Yeah, it didn't get
Yeah.
shipped from Chile,
Yeah, right.
So,
The zucchini was grown 2.2 miles from my home.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
So if you're here in town on a Thursday, make sure that you check it out. And there's parking all over downtown, and there's shuttles that run too to bring people to it. So they are really working out the just keeping everything flowing. That's
And this is
another.
the best time of year to do that.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge all year long, but
Yeah.
really, there all so much fruit is coming into season.
Oh
and
my gosh,
Is the
yes.
lady with the daffodils out there yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they got local honey.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's all kinds of fresh flowers and
And
honey.
there's an Indian restaurant out there that
Yes,
has a
and a
tent.
lady that
Oh,
makes
yeah.
Yes.
wontons.
Oh,
Oh my,
yeah.
that's
So
Rocket's
good.
favorite. And there's pasta
Yeah.
and all the breads. And there's somebody that comes that brings soap,
Right.
like naturals. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, you guys, it's
That's great.
really
That's
wonderful.
fantastic. And then there's Dollar Tacos right there.
That's
Right. At the Old Town Dispensary.
Yeah.
right.
they're happy hour,
All
dollar
of
tacos.
the
Yeah.
restaurants and the places there have specials going on, and it's fantastic. It's your day during the week to go catch up with all your friends.
That's right.
And
And you know about the Low Country half a work day on Friday, right?
no, you're gonna have to fill us in on
Yeah,
that.
well, I haven't ever partaken, but if you try to go, this is not a slam. It's just a wonderful thing about the Slow Country, and I use that term as
Yes. Yeah.
endearment.
Absolutely.
And some people don't, but I do. But yeah, a lot of professionals will take off afternoon on Friday, so
Yep.
they can go out and
Gone fishing.
have a good time on Thursday afternoon and not feel too guilty about
yeah.
not having too much work to do on Friday.
Yeah.
Right.
The
right.
town even closes at 1 on Friday, I think.
Yeah. Well, guys, we need to wrap this up, even though I could talk about Bluffton forever.
Me too.
But tell me maybe something that we've not talked. What's your favorite thing of Bluffton that people just don't miss? Or maybe
Ooh.
just a little, I don't know, little secret something.
You know, I just love walking around. If you know, I don't know how you end up walking around because it's usually not that hard to find a parking spot. But if you just get a cup of coffee or ice cream or whatever, sandwich, and on a nice day when it's 80 degrees and then the trees are green and the sun is beautiful and the wind is blowing, and just kind of see people.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great thing. It's kind of like Mayberry. You can't, when we lived in Atlanta, I never saw anybody where they weren't
Right.
supposed to be. But in Bluffton, it's a daily occurrence that you'll see a dozen people or more
Yeah.
that you just recognize and know just walking around.
Yeah.
So it's nice to catch up with everybody, and you stop and you say hi and how's the kids, and you know, that's that element of community or interaction that you just can't find anywhere else.
Right. It's so true.
So I love that.
All right, Chris.
Well, oh my goodness, there's so many, but I think you just kind of come down to the promenade, and there's lots of things to see during the daytime,
Right.
but there's also tons to see at night.
Oh, yes.
There's like you could catch Jevin playing over at Captain Woody's, or you can get barbecue. You get some kind of fancy, too fancy for me dinner at the Bluffton Room, right? You could get
farm's amazing.
The farm is supposed to be incredible, yeah. And then you could go to the roasting room and hear music. Like there's music all around the place.
Yeah.
You know, so there's music over at Fat Patty's.
Yeah,
you
Calhoun's has music now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right on, yeah.
And you just had to walk in here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't even have to do much more than just kind of like listen to which direction.
Right.
Right, and follow.
Sounds
You
like
know,
your
follow-
beat.
have a
Exactly.
drink and a little bit of a listen here, and then
Yeah.
get on the road and hit another.
And then
That's right.
you know you could start like at Fat Patty's where they brew their own beer at Salt Marsh
Yeah,
Brewing, you know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
and work your way through. And I just think, you know, it's not crazy and non-family friendly,
Right.
but it is a pretty cool
It
night
is.
life.
It is.
Yeah.
So I think that's something people.
There's
shouldn't
not much in
miss.
Bluffton that's not family friendly.
No,
really.
that's
Right.
true.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's really true. You know, so I don't think you should miss the downtown Bluffton nightlife.
Perfect. Good call.
awesome. Well, I'm just going to plug the parade and all of the fests,
Yeah.
May fests. I hope my kids get me something real good this year.
We should create a festival of festivals, I think.
A fest.
A fest.
I had a
Fest.
blog. We had a blog about that on
Did you?
Palmera's website
Nice.
at one point.
I missed that.
Fest.
Maybe we should work on that. That's something else. That would be. We could do a festival of characters.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
That would be.
That
fun.
would be. Oh, that's one of
Parade
my.
of characters.
Yes, that's one of my.
That's the
That is the
Christmas
Bluffton Parade. We've already got that.
Christmas
But we need a summer spring edition. Come
That's
on.
right.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts of Mayfest is the ugly dog competition.
That's pretty great.
It's so. And we knew somebody
Oh.
whose blessed ugly dog won one year.
We forgot the
I don't
Boiled
remember.
Peanut Festival.
Oh my gosh! Oh, the boiled peanut festival. Oh, have mercy, be still my heart, you guys.
boil just bushels
peanuts
and bushels
I'm
of
sorry, and
boiled
if you are, if you know, people here say boiled peanuts, you it sounds like
true.
bold,
You
but
can
it's
still
boiled
see
peanuts.
the giant boiled peanut down
At
there
Cahill's.
at Cahill's.
Yeah,
Cahill's,
yeah.
yeah.
We drive by it every once in a while. There's the
There's
peanut.
peanut.
Awesome. Well, Josh, thank you so much for taking time to come
Thanks
hang
for
out with us
having
and
me. This was fun.
talking about this beautiful town of
I love
Bluffton here.
It's just a great place to raise your family. Great place to enjoy your life.
Yeah.
And have a business.
Yeah, and there, you know what? I would really stand by this thought that there are few places in America left like Bluffton.
I think so, too.
This is a rare place you can still experience that. So,
Absolutely.
so y'all come on down, cross over, you're staying on Hilton Head, drive the quick little drive over the bridge.
Or Savannah.
Or Savannah, absolutely,
it's not that far.
Charleston, Beaufort, whatever. We're right here. Come and see us. Get some coffee at the Corner Perk. Chris, thank you again for joining us. And y'all stay tuned. We're going to have some music from Jordan Ross in the next segment. Welcome to the second portion of this episode of the Hilton Head Island Cast powered by Palmera. Our musical guest today is Jordan Ross. Jordan, thank you for joining us.
So glad to be here, Mandy.
Awesome. Will you tell me about a little bit about yourself and your music and what you do here?
Sure. I am 33 years old. I've been in Hilton Head since 2004. I moved here while I was still in college. I did a 3-month stint. I moved down here. A friend of mine got he got me a job. He came down. He was a lifeguard. So he knew the area really well. He was from Columbus, Georgia, but he went to college, or I went to school at Miami, Ohio, and he invited me down and said, "Hey, I need somebody to help me pay rent." I said, "Okay, I'm from the middle of nowhere, farm country in Ohio."
Right, beautiful country.
So, sure, but it was not an island.
No.
And I knew nothing about Hilton Head. Never heard of it. Never heard of anything remotely like that. But I took the chance and brought my guitar with me, and I came down and got a job at the Marriott. Parked cars.
Nice.
Parked some the brand new Z06 Corvette from 2004, which was super dope. That was my favorite, and so I really loved that. I loved that experience. Because going from the farm to that in the summer was like, yo, there's other things out there in this world. Pretty wild.
Tell me about your musical influences. Who are your favorites? I hear you have an epic record collection.
I do. I've tried to build my collection. Started with my father, who had a little collection. I really did enjoy listening to them, and I hit my first. I remember playing Queen's Jazz record, the one that has Bicycle on it.
Yes.
And the one that has, I think it has Fat Bottom Girls in there as well. Anyway, I remember wearing that record out and playing a lot of Ted Nugent.
Nice.
I mean, that was a big thing. My favorites. Oh, I love Paul Simon a lot.
Big hit around here.
He's a big influence because his writing is just incredible. Everything he writes, can hit you in a certain way. I really appreciate that a lot. Who else hits me in the like new stuff? I really like to. I have every Ryan Adams record.
Yeah.
I love him. I don't know what it is about him really. His writing is simple. It's like Paul Simon. It's simple. There's not a whole lot to it. He comes at you at a certain angle, and it just drives it home. I love how he writes. Everything it touches pretty much turns to gold. There was a weird period in the mid 2000s that he kind of went off the rails a little bit, but there were still some nuggets of good
Right.
in there. I mean, everything he's done recently has been incredible.
Yeah.
I might get in trouble for saying this, but I'm a huge fan of early U2.
Oh,
But
that's great.
I know how you can.
I don't know.
How was that bad?
I don't know. I mean, Joshua. I could listen to Joshua Tree all day long.
Yeah, that's
On repeat.
solid.
I love it.
Well, play me a song.
Play you a song. All right. Of my own, I'm assuming, or no?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. All right, I'll play you a song. I'm gonna play. How about I play my life story in 3 songs?
Sure.
This song's called Allison. It's about
Allison.
Yes, very deep, George. Dig deeper. Sure is a nice day for a drive. So what a nice day to be alive. The woman's the only thing that's a tossing in my head. Think I'll push it a little harder on the gas instead. She got the darkest eyes I've ever seen. She got the whole package, mama. You're gonna know what I mean. She got a smile, stop you in your tracks. Favorite color is the sky. She's as genuine as an old pair of blue jeans. And does she look good in red and white? She got that something's on my mind. No, won't she get away from me this time? She runs through the city of angels. She lives in a world all her own. She marches to them drums in the corner. She dances alone out of sun. She never dances alone no more. Called her just the other day, just to show her I was there. That girl she let you know, told me to stay, just to listen to the last breath of the day. She got that something to hold on to. No, I can't believe her smile. She runs through the city of angels. She lives in a world all her own. She marches to them drums in the corner. She dances alone. My mom alone, no, out of sun. Oh, she never dance alone no more. She never dance alone no more. Thank you.
That was lovely.
Thank you.
Well, Jordan, I want to know all about where people can hear you and some other really great music in the Bluffton area. Now is the time to talk about
Right.
roasting
Yeah, we'll
room.
get into all of that fun. Well, first and foremost, I am playing in Sea Pines. This is my now 10th year in Sea Pines.
Oh, wow.
Solid. I know we had to add a couple of years together to make it 10, but yeah, I am down at the harbor side, right by the Rockin' Chairs, right across from
Alright.
Berg. Also plays his kids show, the Harborside Burgers and Brews,
Nice.
Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay.
I'll be in Palmetto Bluff starting in May. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to do a late Tuesday kind of show at the new inn
Yeah.
at the Octagon.
Nice.
It's kind of cool.
And listeners, I will have all of this information for you in the show notes. And I'm sure you can find out. Do you have a website, Jordan? Facebook page? What do we
I
got?
do. My website is pretty boring, but it's jordanrossmusic.com. I haven't updated it for a while. I've been very much busy with the other
Right.
website that we're going to speak about, the Roasting Room Lounge, roastingroomlounge.com. We are doing, I don't know, where do I start with that? We've had national acts in the first 6 months that we opened the place. We had, countless national touring acts come through.
Yeah.
And we, of course, lost a lot of money because it's expensive to have natural touring
Right.
come through.
Right.
But it gave us this sense of, we tried it, we did it. We had these people talk highly about the room that aren't from here.
Right.
So they went back and told their Nashville buddies and their Charlotte buddies and their Charleston buddies. And before you know it, we've got, turning people away on a daily basis because I don't have enough room
Right.
on the schedule to put them in. And we're turning away people that I shouldn't be. But
Right.
I can't help it. So we're in a really good spot in that regard. But at this point, it's just a really cool community outreach project, I guess is what you could call it.
That's
And
a
I mean,
great way.
yes.
A great way to put it.
community outreach.
Well, will you
Anyway.
play us the second song in your
Sure.
Life in 3 Songs?
Right. So after the girl, then we have to do the move. So we got married in Ohio. We lived there for a little while. I mean, we both lived there all our lives until we moved out. But so baby, I've been thinking for a long time. Maybe it's time for us to have a little change. I love scenery. There's a big and bad world that has its faults, but there's a good people out there that are fighting now for the best in us. You know we owe it to the ones who wish they could. I pack it all up and go and make a change. And if the world passed us by, I know that I'm still here, fighting for our innocence and hoping for a better year. When love conquers all, stand and join the masses, the ones that bet on love to win and rise above it. Come on with me now, come on with me now. The same old song been sung before, but maybe this time I'll reach down and grab you now. Grab your heart. This big old world's waiting for you. Step outside and throw caution to the wind and make a change. But you know, I've seen that look before. The one that says, oh, ain't nothing gonna stop me now. No, not gonna stop us now. And if the world passed us by, I know that I'm still here, fighting for our innocence, hoping for a better year. When love conquers all,
stand and join the masses, the ones that bet on love to win and rise above it. And if you find time to cry, I don't hold back them tears. I let them flow like the river goes. We are living without fear. And if you find time to cry, don't you hold back them tears. I let them flow like the river goes. We're just hoping for a better year. Come on with me, come on with me now. When you find time to cry, don't you hold back them tears. Let them flow like the river goes. Just hoping for a better year.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Tell me again, so that we make sure that everyone knows this. What are the websites that people can go to find your music?
Where can people find you and give you money?
Right.
How can you give me money? Go to iTunes, go to Spotify,
Okay.
search Jordan Ross Music, Jordan Ross Import. There was a 3-piece band that I put together a little mid 2000s. So we had a 3-piece band.
And so, say again the places that you're playing and what night here
So I'm
on
going
the
to
island.
I'll be at Harborside Burgers and Brews, right by the rocking chairs. Greg Russell, right on the harbor in Harbortown. Monday and Thursday.
Okay.
Monday, Thursday. Palmetto Bluff, I'll start on Tuesdays
Okay.
in May. I don't know if that's open to the public. It might be.
Okay.
Not sure. Palmetto Bluff is kind of hard to get into.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah. So it's hard to really plug that show because I'm not sure if
Okay.
it'll keep show up.
Listeners, we
Well, I'm
will
here
keep
for
you
Jordan Ross.
posted. That is awesome.
And definitely Roasting Room, roastingroomlounge.com. I do the booking, ticketing, promotions,
All of it.
website, advertising. We are looking for strategic partners. We're looking for companies
Yes.
to come in to be. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have at least 4 now. We've got Volvo Cars Hilton Head
Nice.
is our lead partner, and they do once every month. They are like our partner.
Wow.
Mike Turner over there is incredible. Lori
Awesome.
is very supportive.
Well, thank you guys for supporting the Roasting Room, because
Totally.
that is important.
Yeah, Cord Atkins just signed on. They are an annual partner.
Nice.
Who else? Blues 411, who does a online radio show.
Oh.
So whenever we have a blues act in, they're a Blues 411 concert series.
Yeah.
We rely on them to get the megaphone out and
Yeah.
tell everybody about
Blast it.
So they're a huge strategic partner in that way.
Awesome.
So they're huge. I love them. Bull Rush Gin is a monthly partner. They do just a showcase. Right now, that's the most thorough
Okay.
list of our partnerships.
Well, listeners, if you have any interest in being a part of that, you can find Jordan Ross or the roastinglounge.com and
Roasting
check
Room Lounge.
roastingroomlounge.com. Here we go. And
Hop
join the gang.
You should. We are a good people.
Absolutely. It is a great benefit.
We're a
To
fair
this community.
We are a fair people.
That's right. Well, hit me with your third song. I can't
All right.
wait to hear it.
Yep. I'm gonna do a song about my firstborn son,
Oh.
who is now 7. So this was written quite a while ago.
Well, Allie, our love is strong. It's strong enough. It's strong enough to keep us holding on to what we felt between us all along. Now we took a chance. We took a chance for life. chance for life to come full circle. And now the boy is coming into the world, and what a world he'll find. His mama's got beautiful eyes, and daddy's heart's just right. He'll be there all the time. They'll teach him how to be a man, and love his neighbor too. It should come as no surprise. I hope it looks like you.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this wonderful episode of the Hilton Head Island Cast, powered by Palmera. Make sure you check out their website, palmeravacationclub.com, and they're going to show you how vacationing was meant to be. You know you want to get in the car and head to Hilton Head, sit on the beach, and enjoy yourself. So come on down. I also want to thank Jordan Ross and Josh Cook for sharing their love of Bluffton with us. And make sure that you go to our website, HiltonHeadIslandCast.com, to find all the links to where you can find music in Bluffton, Jordan's music, all about the places we've discussed in today's Bluffton episode. If you have any questions about Hilton Head, or you want to share some of your tips for vacationing here with us, go ahead and send me an email. It's Mandy@HiltonHeadIslandCast.com, and I will be sure to get right back to you. Make sure that you like us on Facebook and that you are subscribing. And even also, if you really like us, could you please leave us a review on iTunes or on Stitcher for the podcast, and share the love with your friends. That's how we let more people know about how awesome this island is and all the great food and things to do here. So like and share and subscribe to the Hilton Head Island Cast wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you join us for our next episode. See you guys later.
Love his neighbor too. Should come as no surprise. I hope it looks like you, mama. London bridges, they're falling down. Oh, Jackie and Jill, they're climbing up that hill. Red Rover, oh, send them on over now. Send them now, come on, send them now. Now, lot boys coming into the world. What a world he'll find. Mama's got beautiful eyes, daddy's heart's just right. They'll be there all the time to teach him how to be a man and love his neighbor too. It should come as no surprise. I hope it looks like